Hey everybody, it is Shannon here, and we are at 32 weeks. I'm 32 weeks pregnant. Oh, counting down, counting down. What a crazy couple of weeks it has been. I have been suffering from so much insomnia lately because the baby was sitting so high for the last couple of weeks that how he was sitting just above here was making me feel nauseous a lot of the time, and going to bed was felt almost impossible. I would lay on one side for about 20 minutes, lay on the other side for 20 minutes, and then that side felt heavy, and then kept flipping back and forth all night long. And so that was about 2 weeks altogether that I was suffering with no sleep the next day. I was moody. I find throughout this pregnancy, though, I have been moody. Not as bad as the first trimester, but I still notice that I'm emotional, like super emotional. So if me and my boyfriend argue about anything, or we're not even really arguing, like he'll say something and I'll just cry, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, what is going on with me? And I know obviously it's pregnancy hormones that are bubbling up everywhere, especially now I'm getting towards the end of my pregnancy. But I'm definitely super emotional. So I'm crying a lot more. I get angry. Like if we are arguing, my anger will escalate, or my boyfriend's just like, he knows that it's pregnancy induced. So he's really great about it. And I'm very happy that he's a very chill, balanced person, because I'm always kind of like this, and being pregnant, it's 10,000 times worse. So he helps to really bring those emotions down. But going back to sleep patterns, so my sleep patterns had been really disrupted for a couple of weeks. So basically living life throughout the day had been really difficult. And then last Sunday, the baby shifted, and I knew he shifted. I could feel a difference. I could feel a lot of heaviness in my lower stomach, and just the way I was having like pulling in my lower stomach. And I've had pulling and stuff before, but I could tell he was sitting differently. And then we went and had a doctor's appointment a couple of days ago, and now he's head down. He has shifted, and so I definitely can breathe a lot better now too. So that is good. One of the other things too is I had my iron levels tested, and even though I'm taking prenatals and I'm taking iron on top of it, an iron supplement on top of it, my iron levels were still down. And I guess because not only I'm pregnant, I don't really eat red meat, but also I'm still very active, and I'm sweating a lot because it's summer. All those things will decrease your iron levels. So I actually had to triple basically my iron supplement. And I'm not doing a pharmaceutical brand, I'm doing a natural version, because I already have been suffering from constipation being pregnant. Oh my God, like it's crazy. So a pharmaceutical one, my doctor had said, would definitely cause a lot more constipation, and it's hard on the stomach. And so I didn't want to go that route. So I am doing a really good supplement iron. And so I just tripled that, and still doing my prenatals. And so that brought my iron levels up to where they're supposed to be. And so, oh my gosh, I have so much more oxygen. And it's crazy because I had lots of energy before, I thought. But I would notice when I was going to sleep at night that I wasn't able to breathe properly. Like I felt like I couldn't get enough oxygen into my lungs. And I honestly just thought it was how the baby was sitting. So I didn't really think much about it, because I was like, oh, I'm taking supplements and iron on top, so it can't be the iron. But then when I had my iron levels tested and found out it was low, I was like, that makes sense. That I'm not getting enough oxygen throughout my whole body. It's not circulating properly. So up that, and it increased my energy even more. Sleeping, obviously my oxygen levels were so much better when I was sleeping, and now that he shifted, it's just been a lot better. So that's good. And I get to meet my midwife finally in 2 weeks. this whole entire time, I have not met my midwife, have not spoken to my midwife, nothing, because they've just been super busy, and at different hospitals and stuff, and just a whole gamut of reasons. So I'm really looking forward to speaking to her because I have a birth plan set up. My plan is to have a natural birth. I really want to have a water birth. And if there is a water birthing room available, then I will be able to get it. So I'm really, really hoping that will be the case. I'm having my birth in a small town outside the city, just so that I have more options there than I do here in the city. So yeah, so fingers crossed that is going to happen. And I've been listening to hypnobirthing a lot, really trying to get my mind right. You guys, if any of you ladies are pregnant, are watching this, or choosing to become pregnant, or are pregnant and are coming up to your due date and are really scared about labor, I highly, highly recommend hypnobirthing. Like that book, or download the audio. Absolutely amazing. And then there's like a hypnobirthing course, and then you can do hypnobabies course, and then there's all these other like hypnosis things that you can actually look up. And it really helps to reduce your fears surrounding birth, because I think for a long time most of us have been brainwashed that birth is supposed to be very tough, and it's supposed to be hard, and it's supposed to be very scary and terrifying, and that all we've heard, or me since I was a child, is horrific, terrifying stories of people that have given birth and all the craziness that has happened in childbirth. And you start to think that that's the norm, when in actuality there are a lot of women out there that have very calm, very beautiful, very easy births. I know you're like, I've never heard of an easy birth. There are. You can research it. And hypnobirthing is one of the most wonderful things I have ever studied, and watched a lot of YouTube videos on women that have gone through it and really had just beautiful experiences. And not only just those people, but just even taking my mom's experience of having very fast and easy childbirths with me and my brothers really helped. And then some other people that I've been talking to too just recently, and when I start talking about hypnobirthing, it's interesting, what they say, like attracts like. And all of a sudden, when I started focusing on having a healthy, calm, beautiful birth, all of a sudden I started focusing on that, putting my attention on that, and not listening to people's traumatic experiences, that I've actually been attracting people that have had beautiful experiences, and listening to their stories. And guess what, you guys? No one ever knows how your birth is going to go. But why put your attention on something that is terrifying and fearful? One of the things that I have found out is, obviously, when we are in fear and we are in terror, our muscles are tensed up. And when we're tense and our muscles are tense, that creates pain. So the more relaxed and focused and aware, mind aware that we can be, and just really relaxing all that tension, then we can actually have a much better birth. And so that is where my whole attention is, and still studying lots of that. And I actually don't have the fears that I had before at all, like zero. My whole life I have had fears about childbirth. And then after reading that book, I just feel really, really good about it. And I feel confident. And what I did too is I went back into my past and thought about times where I really had to utilize my strength, my inner strength in my mind, to help me push through fear and to reduce fear in different situations that I'd gone through, and was able to do it then. And I know that I can access that again, because we all have that inner ability to really harness the mind, and when you harness the mind, you can really, the body follows, right? So so that is kind of the biggest update of what's been going on. My workouts have definitely been cut down a lot more too, because I have 8 weeks to go. I haven't been running as much at all. I've been doing a lot of hiking though. We've been out of town quite a bit. We've been going out to the country and doing a ton of hiking. So probably I'd say 2 to 3 hikes a week, walking all the time, doing free weights. So got that under control still. So still feeling and staying fit, and just really listening to my body. And I noticed a lot more now too is that I'm starting to need a lot more sleep, and you know, listening to that, because before, even though, you know, I'm still pregnant, I was kind of like, okay, go, 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 and need to do this, need to do that. And now I'm like, okay, you know what? This is the last 8 weeks I have as just me. Now I'm going to have to be taking care, not have to, I want to take care of my beautiful baby that will be being born. And all my focus, all my attention, all my energy is going to be put on this baby. So it's really important that I give myself right now that downtime to be creative, do the things that I want to do, sleep as much as I can sleep, because everybody's like, you're not going to be able to sleep after you have the baby. So take advantage of it now. So that's what I'm trying to do. And it's summertime. So at the same time, we want to be on the go as much as possible because we get so little summer here in Canada. But yeah, I'm just listening to myself and my needs. And if I need to sleep longer, I'm going to sleep longer. If I'm going to go to bed earlier, I'm going to go to bed earlier. If I need to take 2 or 3 days of just chilling and not doing really any physical activity, then I'm going to do that. As nutrition goes, of course, that is pretty, I'm pretty disciplined with that, because I really want to make sure that I'm not ingesting chemicals or processed sugars, processed foods, and feeding my body the best, because obviously what I'm feeding myself is going into the baby, and the baby is utilizing that for energy, vitamins, minerals, nutrients, and stuff. And so I want to give him the highest amount of nutrients as possible. So if I have certain cravings, like I said in previous videos, I just make an alternative version that is a lot healthier. So it's not fake sugar or processed sugars or fake sugars or anything like that. And they're, you know, more fiber and superfoods and stuff like that. So yeah, that's where we're at 32 weeks. I have put on another few pounds this week as well. And it's so funny because I'm like wearing like elastic band shorts and stuff underneath my stomach, and wearing longer shirts to cover up my stomach, and have had to go and buy a lot of additional shirts in the last little bit. I definitely noticed in the last 2 weeks how much more I have gained. So he's growing, and I get another ultrasound at 36 weeks, which I'm really excited about, so we can just make sure that there's still lots of amniotic fluid around him and that he's super healthy and all of those things. So okay, I will keep you guys updated at that too. So anyways, that's my 32-week update, and I'm gonna show you guys my stomach. If you guys like these videos, please subscribe and hit the bell so you are notified every time I post a new video. I'll talk to you guys soon. Okay, so this is how much bigger my belly has gotten over the last couple of weeks. So much bigger. But yeah, it's cute. It's exciting. And you know what? The most important thing is I feel good. So there you go. I'll see you guys in the next video.